I'm Tristina Gray with a CTV News update. The U.S. Supreme Court has once again upheld the Affordable Care Act, protecting health care for millions of Americans. The justices voted 7-2 today to keep the entire law intact. The justices ruled that Texas and other Republican-led states had no right to challenge the law in federal court. This was the third Republican attempt to dismantle Obamacare. Meanwhile, still need your COVID-19 shot? Well, the clock is ticking if you want the vaccine at the Laurel Municipal Center. The city and Caring Friends Health Services are partnering to offer free vaccines for anyone 12 years and older. They're offering both the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines. You can come and get your shot today and tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Spokesperson Audrey Barnes says the city has been aggressive trying to get residents, business owners, and visitors vaccinated.
This was a great opportunity for us to partner with the Caring Friends Health Service to offer this walk-in clinic, because a lot of the reasons that many people haven't gotten that vaccine is that they can't take time off from work, it's hard to get there, they don't have transportation. So we wanted to make it easy by having this no appointment necessary, just walk on into the municipal center and get that vaccine, and we can just continue to protect our community.
Again, the event is running until tomorrow at 4 p.m. In other news, the state reports 79 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. An additional 3 Marylanders have died from the virus. Meantime, here in Prince George's, more than 441,000 residents have received their first dose of the vaccine. 356,000 are fully vaccinated. Statewide, 3.2 million are fully vaccinated. And earlier this week, we told you about 2 sisters who have been struggling to get unemployment benefits from the state of Maryland. The sisters, Brandy and Lindsay Gallagher, have had their lives turned upside down during the pandemic. Brandy was told she was overpaid benefits, and the state is now garnishing her wages. Lindsay's case has been on appeal for nearly a year. During that time, she has also had 3 brain surgeries. Delegate Jocelyn Pena-Melanik says her office continues to be inundated with requests for assistance.
It seems as though it has not been fixed, because we get requests every single day. And the requests that I receive in my office, you know, they're not even, a lot of them are from my district, but a lot of them are not. So the way it works is that you're supposed to basically refer them to their legislator. But, you know, we keep almost, I would say, all of them. And I ask my staff to handle it, because I know that by the time you are contacting a legislator, you're desperate. And I don't want to pass you on to someone else. So I really try to help. And we get so many of them every single day. It is a disaster. That system is a disaster.
And as we reported, Governor Hogan plans to attend and end the additional $300 a week benefit from the federal government on July 1st instead of in September. Meantime, the Unemployed Workers Union is planning a class action lawsuit to get thousands of Marylanders who were denied their benefits paid and to address their grievances. Juneteenth is now a national holiday. President Biden today signs off on a measure making June 19th a federal holiday. June 19th, 1865 is known as Juneteenth. It marks the time in Texas when the last enslaved African Americans learned they were free. That was several years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. Tomorrow, federal workers will have the day off to mark the new national holiday. In Maryland, Governor Hogan says state employees will be off as well. In other news, Prince George's celebrates the first official Juneteenth county holiday. The measure was enacted by the county council last October. The Prince George's celebration this year comes as the nation follows local jurisdictions in observing Juneteenth.
To see that the federal auspices have decided to move in that direction is a great distinction, a great designation. I think that ultimately in this troubling time of equity and racial inequality and financial inequality, these observances are important to keep the dialogue going. And the reality is that it's still a dialogue of equity that needs to continue in this country, way beyond just the observation of freedom and emancipation, way beyond that.
To learn about Juneteenth events, the county is sponsoring. Go to pgparks.com/Juneteenth. Maryland State Police are investigating a two-vehicle crash that took the life of one person. It happened at about 4:30 this morning on Route 301 in Brandywine. Investigators say a car traveling north on that road was making a turn onto Clymer Drive. That's when a tractor-trailer heading south on 301 plowed into the car, killing 26-year-old Christopher Barnes of Waldorf. Police say Barnes failed to yield to the truck. The driver of the tractor-trailer did remain at the scene. The crash remains under investigation. You're watching CTV News. I'm Christina Gray. Back in a moment.
America, land of the free. It's at the core of who we are. Freedom. The freedom to live without fear, to drive through all 50 states, to sleep safely in our own beds, the freedom to jog where we please, to watch birds in the park, to wear a hoodie, the freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because no matter your religion, gender, disability, age, race, all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
Welcome back. Prince George's police are looking for the person or persons who shot and killed a Hyattsville man. The body of 35-year-old Dapo Ojo was discovered by an off-duty officer. The victim was on the roadway on the 3300 block of 75th Avenue in Landover. He had been shot numerous times and was pronounced dead at the scene. Anyone who may have information is asked to call Crime Solvers at 1-866-411-TIPS. Prince George's School Board Chair Juanita Miller is reportedly refusing to sign a contract for a new attorney, even though it was approved by the board. According to several members, students and employees who are attempting to appeal their firing or their grades have been in limbo for 6 weeks. Board member Edward Burrows says appeal hearings are required under state law, and the inaction has left jobs and graduations at stake. An ongoing feud with Miller and elected members began only days after she was appointed as chair by County Executive Angela Also Brooks. In other news, Congressman Anthony Brown is hosting a criminal justice and policing roundtable tonight. It comes in the wake of this video of an encounter between 4 Black teenagers and Ocean City police over the weekend. Brown has called that incident unacceptable. He says tonight's discussion will center around what's being done to reform police departments in Maryland. The NAACP will discuss individual rights, and lawmakers will also talk about policing legislation in Annapolis.
And on Capitol Hill, we've taken some measures in the House to reform policing. We've seen some successful efforts in the Maryland State Senate. Some law enforcement agencies around the country are making changes themselves. So this is to bring some stakeholders together to talk about what can be done and what is being done to reform police departments around the country.
The webinar is at 6 tonight. You can take part by logging on to anthonybrown.house.gov and scrolling down to the upcoming events tab. Governor Hogan's toll lanes plan for the Capitol Beltway and I-270 is in jeopardy. After public leaders say the proposal lacks local support, the removal of toll lanes from a key regional environmental analysis could jeopardize federal approval of the project. The move by the Council of Governments Transportation Planning Board came at the request of Montgomery County Executive Mark Elridge. Elridge's proposal drew support from almost every Maryland member, as well as elected officials from across the region. Waterkeeper groups say they plan to file a legal challenge to the relicensing of the Conowingo Dam. Several organizations, including Earth Justice and the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, are asking the D.C. Circuit Court to review the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission's decision. The dam has been fraught with controversy for areas downstream, which often get tons of debris after storms and flooding. The filing is seeking to reverse FERC's approval of Maryland's settlement with the Exelon Corporation. The coalition says the settlement allows Exelon to operate the dam for the next 50 years with little environmental oversight and cleanup costs. And we'll be back with more in just a moment. Stay tuned.
COVID-19 has changed how we express our faith and gather to worship.
We all want to get back to how we pray,
how we congregate, how we lift our voices in praise. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to spreading the word without spreading concern.
before we can safely come together, we need the facts.
As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions.
Should I get it?
Is it safe?
Should I wait?
It's okay to have questions. Now get the facts. Learn more at getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you.
An award-winning storyteller and children's book author is lending a helping hand. Marquette Shepard recently donated more than 100 African-American inspired ABC flashcards and posters to St. Augustine Catholic School, preschool, kindergarten, and first grade classes will use them. Shepard created the flashcards and posters.
After the year that we've all had, not just the health pandemic, but the racial pandemic, I thought, these are the kids who need to see themselves in a positive way. And they're already stellar students, which you will hear from Mrs. Cropper. So why not donate flashcards where they can see people and children who look like them enjoying life, and then we can bolster their literacy at the same time.
The flashcards were wonderful because the children get a chance to see themselves and what they can aspire to become.
Shepard teamed up with the DC Divas Football and DC Tours and Transportation for this donation for Juneteenth. For more information about the flashcards Shepard created, visit glowstreamtv.com. The National Park Service introduces its first ever deer management program in the D.C. area. The agency has been conducting a series of deer density surveys in several parks, including Greenbelt, Fort Washington, and Piscataway. It says a plan is needed to protect and restore native plants and promote forests. The proposal includes controlled population programs through sharpshooting with firearms or archery, as well as capture and euthanasia. NPS is holding a feedback period through July 15th. And for more information, you can go to parkplanning.nps.gov. And it's time to take a dive into the pool. Parks Department community pools are back open for summer fun in Prince George's. The Glendale Splash Park and other community pools are operating at 50% capacity. Coming up next week, CTV News will take you poolside for all you need to know about summer swim opportunities. Let's get a quick check on our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight, clear with lows around 57 degrees. Friday, sunny with highs around 88. Saturday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, highs around 91 degrees. And for Sunday, partly sunny with highs in the low 90s. And that's a wrap up for our CTV News Update. I'm Jacina Gray. Good night and happy Juneteenth.